In this video I will tell you about 7 techniques that all professional builders use. Watch the video carefully and you will be able to make something like this out of such a building. Let's start with the first step of a beautiful buildings. Volume. Agree, when the building looks flat, it is not very beautiful. It is enough to just find places that can be convex or vice versa. The roof can go slightly beyond the base and the windows can be cut out inside. It already looks better. The next step is to diversity the walls with different blocks of the same color. This way you can convey how broken your building is or how old it is. It is important that if this does not suit your building, then you do not need to use too many blocks. For example, almost all the houses in my city are intact, and all because I positioned these buildings as recently built. If you want to make your building really old, then I recommend using mostly versions of these blocks. We got a house in the medieval style, which is very old. If you do not know what blocks to diversity the walls with, then I found this photo card on the internet. Another important detail is the diversity of the building. There are no longer walls where we simply throw identical blocks. This is decoration. You can put anything that comes to your mind. For example, a house must be supported by something. We will add logs to it, also separate the roof of the house from its base, put lanterns underneath it to illuminate the area. We will add hatches creating the illusion of the window, fences, and the whole building already looks much better than before. The main thing that you need to take as a basis is that most decorations have a non-standard shape compared to a regular block. Therefore, in most cases, hatches, slabs, buttons, fences, and the like standards out very well. If you find it difficult to navigate the inventory, then you can once in your world set out of the blocks that can be decorated and then use some of them in your buildings. Another trick that will help you a lot is color combinations. Many people place blocks haphazardly and don't pay attention to it, and it looks good if you move away from the screen by 15 meters. Instead, you can simply remember that one color goes with the opposite one, at least in most cases. Let's say this house is mostly made of light cobblestone, which means a spruce hedge will go very well with it, but certainly not a birch one. I think you get the idea. If the building is light, a dark decoration goes with it. If it's green, yellow goes with it, and if it's blue, red goes with it. Everything seems to be fine, but one detail of vegetation is missing. This is grass, flowers, neat flower beds, and what is important, foliage blocks. They will give the buildings a lively look. Even in real-life houses with vegetation look more interesting than usual. Another small life hack. If you have savanna, tundra, desert, and another biomes in which the vegetation looks dry, use blocks azaleas. They are the same color in all biomes. Also, do not forget what I told you before. If your building is considered very new, then do not throw too much foliage. It is better to make a new flower bed or to trees that fit the style of a recently built house. Now we can finally see what's inside the house. Let's go inside and come back out because it's just awful. Therefore, the 7th technique will be to use as many blocks as possible for decoration. This can be either walking blocks from the decoration tab or your creations, such as a fence with tiles on top like a table, or a step with sinks on the sides like a chair. There can be a lot of such decorations. The main thing is not to limit yourself in your imagination and use as many blocks as possible. Also, what you need to use is carpets, buttons, and ground slabs. This is will diversity the floor in your house. The main thing is not to overdo it. You also need to use as many non-standard blocks as possible, as it was on the outside. You can make shelves from hatches. If the hatches are too thin for you, you can use half blocks. In the corners you can put fences on which lanterns stand, and so on. In combination with working blocks, everything looks even cooler. Another thing to remember is that blocks are not the last thing you should decorate your house with. The things that can be put on the shelf looks very nice in the game. I call them shelf items. These can be pots with flowers, azaleas, bamboo, and other vegetation. These can also be candles, which will carry meaning not only for the decoration buildings, but also to light it up, so that one fine day the green friend does not blow up your sleep to hell. You can also light the area, the lanterns and torches, which have not looked very good lately, but sometimes they are very suitable. In 1.17 they added the crystal, which can also be put on the table as a small trophy. Fortunately, all stage of groove can be used in the decoration, and the paintings are not cute possible to put on the shelf, but I still decided to pay attention to them. Perhaps this is because everyone is tired of the old paintings, but they still do not cease to look beautiful. Like if the tips helped you in any way, add to this collection in the comments. Well, for now, bye.